So this might not look like a Tesla because it is not. I lost my Tesla in my very first Tesla accident. I'm gonna go over why my Tesla didn't prevent the accident and what happened and the cost, and also my favorite features that I truly miss that you're not gonna get in a gas vehicle. First and foremost, I truly miss the autopilot, even basic autopilot. So is full self-driving worth it versus the basic autopilot? I don't think so. So what you get with autopilot is lane assist. It'll keep you in the lane until autopilot is disengaged. Cruise control, obviously that's self-explanatory, but your Tesla will keep you in between cars at a safe distance. I was not using autopilot, enhanced autopilot, or full self-driving in my car accident, but I truly miss autopilot, and also here's why. If I was using autopilot, I wonder if my car would have seen the backed up traffic. It happened so suddenly. I was merging lanes behind a tall U-Haul truck, and the accident happened on the exit ramp. Traffic was backed up, and I would say 99% of the time that would never ever happen. This accident was unusual, so when I merged over, I was faced with a wall of cars, and before I knew it, I was hitting the car in front of me at thankfully a low speed. Everybody was okay, so stick around. I'm gonna go over how much that cost and how much my insurance will go up. So number one is autopilot. I wonder if that would have prevented this accident from happening. Number two, I am driving my brother's Passat right now, and while this Volkswagen is pretty decent on the road with acceleration, obviously I miss that instant torque. Watch how slow this car is to accelerate. I'm gonna stomp the pedal, and I want you to look behind me, see how long it takes me to accelerate. I'll count it down from 3 for you. Ready? 3, 2, 1. You see that? You see that? My foot was on the floor, and literally I didn't go anywhere for a full second. So number three, obviously one of the standout features that I miss that you're not gonna get in a gas vehicle is a full screen display. Now I'm back to all the buttons and knobs, and while this has a really miniature display, it is slow, it is clunky. Missing that modern design is truly something I really regret not having because of the accident. That display was one of a kind. But here's why it is one of the best features. Not only because it's faster, it looks cool, and it's modern, not just because of that, but because I used the cameras while driving frequently. And now I'm back to turning my head, checking my blind spots, and there's plenty of them in this gas vehicle. I have no indicators or cameras or displays to see my blind spots. So I'm all the way back to doing things manually, which is fine. Obviously, after the accident, I'm taking extra special care and precaution, but boy, do I miss having those cameras. And I've been driving this thing for probably 2 weeks now, and I can't wait to get it back. So I already told you what happened, but if you want to see the full details, it's in the video right here, the full explanation. How much was I quoted? This accident was quoted at near $6,000+ to repair, and how long am I going to be out of my car? And did you know Tesla uses local certified Tesla body shops? They do not do their own body work. So now I am reliant on this local body shop, not only on their response time, but on the quality of their work as well. So long story short, I should have it back sometime this month, weeks after I first got into the accident. So it's gonna take some time. So the one thing I wanted to add to this video is that this car has a gas range meter, and currently until empty, it's saying I have 510 miles. And I already have been driving this for probably 20 to 30 minutes. I used to have around 540 miles, and compared to my rear wheel drive, that has an estimated 272 miles. But what are you giving up for those miles? Now, obviously this Passat has a lot less features, and especially less performance features than my Tesla, and typically a Tesla owner is going to charge at their house. So yes, you're gaining more miles if you're someone that goes on frequent road trips, you have extremely long commutes for work, or you're on the road constantly for your job. I would say a gas-powered car is a little better for the long-term range needs of a driver, but on the day-to-day for a daily driver, I completely would lean towards my Tesla any day of the week. But now I have to budget more for my gas expense versus charging, because when I was charging at my house, I was saving probably $100 to $150 each and every month. So now, for the time being, temporarily, I am back to paying more for gas. Something that you literally can't see in the statistics of a gas car versus an EV is how much fun they are to drive. Now, obviously, people have their preferences, but for me personally, I mean, yeah, I have more range, but this is nowhere near as fun to drive. I don't look forward to jumping in the Passat versus the Tesla. I would find every single reason, and I'm sure if you're a Tesla owner, you would agree, to drive my Tesla. And now this is basically a commuter car, which is fine because a car should get you from point A to point B safely. But as far as fun goes, something that you don't see on the website, the experience, 100% would rather have my Tesla. So if you are sitting in your gas vehicle right now, I just want to talk about why you should buy an EV right now. Is now the right time to buy a Tesla? I've been covering Tesla content for over 200 videos in a year and a half. So let me say this, if you do have a gas car and you're thinking about trading it in, maybe you're thinking about the EV tax credit, if your Tesla qualifies, and the price. Well, right now, the used vehicles, they are getting less. What I would recommend is go on Vroom, go on Carvana, Driveway, and Tesla to get multiple quotes on a used vehicle. Trust me, I did this. I did a whole research project on this, if you will, where I plugged in my VIN number and the amounts that these companies will give you, and they give you a wire transfer or a check. They're legitimate companies. They'll come and pick up your vehicle and write you cash for your car. Shop around, because those rates they were giving me were vastly different. But one thing you want to know is that the Model 3 long range will get half of that credit, as will the base range Model 3. Both are because of batteries and where those minerals are sourced from. And what you need to know is that the Model Y, you're going to get the full credit. Again, if you owe $7,500 on your taxes, it is reliant on how much you owe. And of course, $3,750, half of that, if you're going to buy the long range or all-wheel drive Model 3. And lastly, is now the right time to buy based on the price of a Tesla? Well, I know we talk about slight price increases or slight price decreases of $250, but overall, when you zoom out, prices have really never been lower. I've been covering this for, again, over a year and a half, and the prices are exceptional right now for a Tesla. I would highly recommend, if you are looking at a Tesla, you've looked up those used car values, you've done your research on the EV tax credit, now is a great time to buy. So how much will my bill be, and when will I get it back? Is it going to be more than $6,000? Is it going to be $10,000? And how long will it take? I want you to stick around, so make sure to subscribe to see the final results and when I finally get my Tesla returned. And of course, the only way I know that you liked this video is to drop a like. Again, this is Matt from Frunk to Trunk. We will see you in the next video.